BreathCoach.com. I'm Chris Mills. I'm teaching you how to breathe. The whole breathing thing's kind of relevant to life. The whole human being, reliance on oxygen, breathing, a bit important. Go grab your selfie stick, which is the funniest thing ever, I think, or your phone, or go to the mirror. Pause this. I want you to go do 3 or 4 full breaths. Big as you can. Go do it. Now you're back. What most people look like is this. Chest breathers, neck breathers. It's an apical or inverted breathing pattern, not as efficient. That is what we're going to change. So why is it even important? Again, breathing, it's kind of vital to the whole human being, living thing. You breathe, like 14,000 times a day. Somewhere along the way, people have gone from proper diaphragmatic baby belly breaths to, I'm stressed out all the time. Oh my God, my neck hurts. Oh, my shoulder hurts when I surf. This is how I breathe, right? So, breath has a huge influence on the nervous system. It can push it into a sympathetic stress state or parasympathetic relaxed recovery state. When we stretch, we want to be zen, man. Butterflies, unicorns, zen. If you're breathing diaphragmatically, when you're stretching, the nervous system is relaxed. You can actually induce more change. So when you breathe, work on your breath first. Take this diaphragmatic, efficient breathing pattern into your stretching. Why else is it important? If you're making all these secondary respiratory muscles, all these cervical stabilizer muscles breathe for you 14,000 times a day, you're adding all this extra tension. Neck problems, shoulder problems. I don't know why I can't get my neck problems to relax. Breathing, man. Check your breathing. Stop making these work. Start making your diaphragm work. Low back pain. Your diaphragm is a critical core muscle. It's involved in spine stabilization with multifidus, pelvic floor, transverse abdominis. If you're not using your diaphragm properly, the other core muscles aren't going to fire properly, okay? Bottom line, breathing is important. So when you're doing this work at home, you're going to start with crocodile breathing, but I'm going to show you on the back first. You got a visual. It can take time to shift your breathing pattern. You've taught your nervous system how to breathe with just your neck. The easiest way to do it, unload the body out of gravity, lay on your back, hand on your belly, hand on your chest. We want to get mostly stomach. Most people are only chest. See, most people are doing this. And you feel your chest hand raising, none of the stomach. What we want is this to stay still and get stomach. And about, if we're doing a really full breath in, the last 20% is going to be chest expansion, okay? But we don't start with chest expansion. We start belly breaths, man. Get that keg going. Boom! So, keg breaths, keg belly breaths. So, you've seen that. Usually we'll start people, we call it crocodile breathing. You get all this feedback, this pressure from the stomach, or the floor pushing into the stomach. Breathe into your balls, your hips, the base of your stomach. If you got somebody there, have them have a hand on your back and a hand on your low back. You want to breathe into your low back with very little movement through the chest. You should feel your stomach inflate. Call it crocodile breathing. You ever seen them gators breathe? Big lateral expansion. If you got a pillow, rest your hand on a pillow. In that basic crocodile breath, that's anterior to posterior movement. We also want to start influencing lateral movement. Breathing is 3-dimensional, not just stomach expanding forward, but also to the side and also backwards. So if you come to your pelvis, just above the pelvic bone, in between bottom rib, top of the pelvis, kind of just put your hand there and start laterally expanding with your breath. And you also start breathing posteriorly. So breathing backwards. You kind of push down into the low back and breathe into that finger. Crocodile breathing. Spend 3 to 4 minutes breathing into the bottom of your stomach. Then put your feet up on something. A couch, a stool, a dog, whatever, man. Hands, you go just above the iliums, just above the pubic bones, right? And push into that space between the pubic bone, or the rim of the ilium, and the 12th rib. And you can really feel if you're laterally expanding. No chest, stomach, and lateral. And then with the thumb at the kind of like QL area, the back, low back area, breathe into that thumb. So you're getting full three-dimensional expansion. That diaphragm's pushing down, and the entire contents of the torso are expanding three-dimensionally. Work on that. That can take time. People are good at that. You stand them right up, and they can only chest breathe again. So you sometimes have to transition, maybe like a deep squat position, breathe into the stomach, then you come into a kneeling position, three-dimensional breathing. So why is it important? Right? You're sitting here doing your 90-90 stretch, trying to get your hips to relax, and you're breathing like this. Nervous system's not going to relax. You're not going to chill out. The nervous system's going to keep holding tension because you're sending stress signals to the body. Diaphragmatic, big belly breaths, and use your breath to increase the stretch. So that's about my limit right there. Big breath in. And slow exhale. I can move about a centimeter further forward. You see it, a big change with thoracic rotation drills. So a rib roll. I come over, that's as far as I can get. Big breath in. Big belly breath, exhale. I just went about an inch further. So try to go in your nose, out the mouth slowly, or all nasal. In nose, out nose. Cool? Improve your breathing, man. It's a human. You're a human, it's kind of relevant. Back pain, improve your stretching. Neck pain, shoulder pain. Improve the way you can breathe. When you're out the back, it's this whole thing called the bore effect. You just paddled, caught a wave, paddled, caught a wave, you got out the back again. And you're sitting there trying to recover. Quick recovery, start slowing it down into diaphragmatic breathing, nasal breathing. If we can raise CO2 levels in the body, we still need to expel it by exhaling. But if you're exhaling too much CO2, you're changing or you're messing with the bore effect. It's a bit of science stuff, but higher CO2 levels will actually shove oxygen into the cells more efficiently and quickly because of the bore effect. So recovery, try to breathe slowly and efficiently, slow the breathing down, help the recovery.